I think people that grinded like he did would be a little upset.
I would be a little upset. I wouldn't be terribly upset because, to be honest with you, I actually don't use it that much anymore. Like, I use it in like PvE and stuff, but I don't use it in Crucible because I like using the last word in like a sniper rifle because I feel like that takes the most amount of skill to use compared to Luna's Howl. Luna's Howl, first time I got it, first game I got it, I got 30 plus kills with like a 21 streak. Like, you serious? Like this, I grinded for a weapon that makes it so easy to kill people with a 180 RPM. They should not have made it a 180 RPM. But I don't know how else they would use it. But I would be upset if they banned the Not Forgotten because people who got to Legend, I would be upset for them because for them to grind to Legend, bro, that's hard work, bro. I only grinded to Fabled and it was pretty hard when I was getting there, and it I'd be pretty upset if they banned Not Forgotten. Luna's Howl I wouldn't really mind because it's like, yeah, you got it, but you didn't really get the pinnacle Crucible weapon. So that's just one of my thoughts on it.
See, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things going on in there because it's just for me personally. Like I'm not a Crucible type of person, and I tried Crucible the other night, and it just went completely horrible. Not talking about it went just completely horrible, and it just pissed me off so much. But you know what though, you got to give credit where credit is due, and if they actually they played for that gun and they grinded out for that gun, I feel like they deserve to have that gun.
The Not
Well,
Forgotten, yes. The Luna's Howl, not really. You can get three Legend players who have already got Not Forgotten, and you can legit carry one person all the way to Fabled. Easy. I've seen it done before. I've outgunned many a times with people of Luna's Howl. I've outgunned them, and I'm like, how did they get Luna's Howl? Because it's just, I'm outgunning them with the freaking trust, man. Before I even got Luna's Howl, I'm outgunning them with the trust, and I'm like 500 glory points. And they're using Luna's Howl, and I'm just like, I'm confused, because if they're at 500 glory points, why am I getting matched up with them? With people of Luna's Howl? And I don't understand that, and so I feel like if they ban Luna's Howl, it'd be fine, to be honest with you. People, like you said, give where credit is due. Not Forgotten, I feel like that is the hardest thing to grind for in Crucible right now. Not Luna's Howl.
So what? Bungie is saying that they're just going to ban it from Crucible altogether, or what?
No, but see that no. What I'm trying to say is that I read it somewhere where they're thinking because people are complaining. Yeah, people are complaining and like they're crying about it. But you know how Bungie is. Bungie goes ahead and they listen to the people playing the game. And depending on how many people complain, they're either gonna ban the gun, or they're gonna go ahead and or just make it easier for people to get, just like the Ace of Spades.
But the thing with Crucible is that the meta changes constantly. I mean, everybody's bitching about Luna's Howl or whatever right now, but next season something else is going to come out and things are going to change, and then everybody's going to be complaining about that.
Darn.
No matter what you change, and everybody in Crucible is going to find something to complain about, and it's been that way for forever. And as far as like the Luna's Howl thing, I would suggest, make it I guess a little easier to get, but for those who grinded for it and who got it in this season or the last, give them a special ornament or something, or rename it for the next season, like with the Frederick's Claymore and the Broadsword. If you got the Claymore, they know you grinded like hell to get that when it first came out, So there's a distinction between that.
I agree. Me personally, I just stay out of Crucible.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I just stay out of Crucible. If I don't have to, if I don't have to do an exotic quest like we just had with,
I'm not even gonna do an exotic quest if I have to go to Crucible.
Yeah, and
if I absolutely have to for a weapon, sure. But if it's a Crucible specific weapon, like the Last Word or the Thorn, I'm not even gonna try for the Thorn.
Gotcha. Yeah, and like this next season that's coming up, we're going to be going up to 700. So yeah, I'll be in Crucible just to get my 5 matches and get the hell out of there because, dude, it's a train wreck in there. It's a goddamn train wreck in there.
You know how to get that done quickly with the least amount of headache, don't you? Rumble, yeah, because everybody in there is doing the same thing. Everybody just goes in there. You get like 6 people in there, and 5 of them are just doing emotes, and one guy is killing everybody, and it's over in like 3 minutes.
Good tip.
The funnest way is mayhem.
Oh yeah. Yo, we can get into another discussion about mayhem. I think it should be on the map every week. I mean, it really should. I don't think it should be something that comes around once a month or 2 times out of like 5 months that they did prior. That should be an every week thing because people that do not enjoy Crucible could at least go in there and enjoy themselves with a fire team or by themselves. It's not as bad. Who doesn't mind having supers and killing stuff with supers? I mean, really. Think about it. Who doesn't mind? I mean, yeah, I think Mayhem should be there all the time for us. It'd make that 5 matches a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, but you still have people complain about that too, like that the Warlock. That it's just you always have people just crying over
Blade
everything.
Barrage. I don't want to go in
there. Yeah, Blade Barrage and the
Mayhem because Blade Barrage. To be honest with you. Because, like, I don't want to be on a Titan, bro, and then just do Blade Barrage. Like, I'm not fun of my Titan, but if Mayhem was on the Crucible every week, I wouldn't really mind. I think that'd be an okay thing to have. But the thing I think about Bungie, the way that they want to do it, is they want it, like, something that you have every once in a while so you get a taste of it, and then you want more, right? They don't want you to have it. It's like sort of like a drug that they want to give you, but they don't want to give you all of it, because then there's like, oh, we want to give it to you small bits at a time to make you come back for it.
Well,
I think that's how they're doing it.
I'm sorry. Line up the needles for me.
But personally, I think that's how they're doing it. If I were in their position, I think that's how they were doing it. But
but Gall, to be honest with you, they always take away something in this game that's fun. I mean, why do we come on this game? We go to have fun. When that Prometheus lens was broken, I think that was the best time I ever had.
Oh yeah, it was like laser tag. That was like laser tag. It was fun. It was fun.
You know?
Fun and frustrating at the same time.
I watch football, so I watch football in the NFL. They called it the No Fun League. Now they stopped tightening on things, let guys do celebrations with other players and stuff like that. I just feel like sometimes Bungie is the no fun game, you know what I mean? Because anything that's like really fun, they seem to like take it away from you. And it's like you said, Gall, like, hey, why do I have to, wait in anticipation to have something? The Shattered Throne, in my mind, should not be every 3 weeks. That should be every week. That is the best PvE area other than maybe the Whisper that we have available. And they finally made the Whisper available every day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on. Give us what we want. Don't make us wait 3 weeks, 4 weeks to do something, to do an activity. Why? Because you think it's going to be more fun? No. If you want me on the game every day, which I am, give us more stuff to do. That's my only point about it.
Yeah, but see, there's people saying that there's not that much stuff to do anymore. Like, there's not a lot of people is going to go ahead and do like end game and try to get the seals and everything else, but there is a lot more stuff going out there. But yeah, for you guys watching, like the big question today is Luna House and Not Forgotten. How would you feel if it were to get banned, or would you just prefer for them just to make it easier for you to get? So yeah, You know,
Yeah, light up the chat, guys. Guys that are in the
Yep.
chat, girls that are in the chat. You know, let us know how you feel. You know, we're streaming. We can see any questions or concerns or anything that you guys want to bring to the table. You can bring it to the table. We'll answer your questions.
I don't know if you guys also heard, but there's also a controversy. There's a big controversy with people wanting and well, pretty much like telling Bungie to bring back like trials and rally factions because I don't know if you guys know, but there is no more trials, and pretty much they said that they done away with trials and they done away with the rally factions.
They should bring trials back because then get everybody out of, or to get all the hardcore players out of quick play into trials.
Exactly what I was thinking about. Exactly what I was thinking about.
They got to go back to 3. It has to be 3. It can't be 4. It has to be the old style to make everybody happy. It's got to be the 3-man.
That's what they were saying.
You already brought random roles back, right? You brought random roles back. You brought back the old D1 setup, primary, secondary, heavy. You know, the old way, instead of this kinetic energy thing that was going on with the double primaries. But you brought that back, that old style. Every person that I hear that's a Crucible person, they want to snipe. They want to sit in the back of the map and they want to snipe. So give it to them. You got the old style, give it to them. Give them what they want because, dude, think about it if they took the raids away from us in PvE, which I'm kind of like a little upset that there is not a raid lair coming out this next update. I just hope that this Gamut thing is really good. But, yeah, give the Crucible people what they want. Bring it back. Make them happy. And like you said, they'll stay out of, you know,
I think that's the big...
And on the weekend.
I think that's the big picture. I think I definitely agree with Goal that if they bring back trials, I feel like they're gonna bring all those sweaties will go back to doing that rather than messing up quick play for us.
Yeah, it would keep them out. It definitely would keep them out. Definitely, I agree. But bring it back. I have no qualms with it. I'm not a Crucible person, but just listening to a lot of people. And it would be like if they took the raid away from us. I kind of feel bad for them that they don't have trials because trials was big in D1. I mean, it really was big, and that was like a lot of people came on the weekend and played trials. So, and I can't even understand why they took it away in D1. They took that and Iron Banner out of D1. If you go to play D1 now, you'll never have that experience of trials, and that was a big thing for a lot of people in this game to play. And like I said, if they took the raids away, I'd be like really, really not happy. I probably wouldn't even play this game.
Nope.
Exactly. Sweb, what is your feelings?
Oh, if they took raids away, it would be... I mean, it'd be game over. I mean, they would lose probably 50% of their community right off bat right there. And I just want to chime in on what you said about the Shadow Throne. I think they should take the Shadow Throne to how the Whisper was. Instead of 3 weeks, give it to us on the weekends. Yeah.
Good point.
I mean, especially for the people like us who are hardcore collectors and are grinding for, like, the ship and stuff. I mean... It's hard to grind for a Triumph Seal when you can only have 3 chances at it once every 3 weeks to get it. I mean, yeah, I know the seals and the Triumph Seals are, a highly coveted thing and something that, should be hard to get and should take some time to be put into it. But honestly, making it where you can only get it once, you have 3 tries every 3 weeks. And the same thing with the lore books for the Dreaming City and the Truth of Power. You get 1 lore book one book every 3 weeks. There was a bug so you could get 2 every 3 weeks, but they've patched that bug. But so, everybody, I mean, people are still going to be waiting to get that Truth of Power lore book completed on into the second add-on. I mean, yeah, they were talking like, yeah, you'll be able to finish it by Season of the Forge. And here I am, somebody who has been there every full curse week when the curse is the strongest to get it, and I'm still just halfway there, of completing that book.
Yeah.
So I mean, I understand that stuff should be harder, and should take time, but this whole I'm fine with time gated, quests and everything, but the whole 3 week time gated is a little much. I mean, and like you say, the Shattered Throne, I mean, it's awesome. It's something fun to do, like the Whisper quest. And I'm really excited, for the people who didn't have the Whisper, now they have a chance to get it daily. But like I say, I think Shattered Throne should be here every weekend instead of, just when the curse is strongest every 3 weeks.
Well, and the bad thing is that they kind of put themselves in a corner by linking it to the curse week and having the curse week only every 3 weeks. So, I mean, I do agree that I like the idea of it being every weekend, but then narratively it really wouldn't make any sense,
Yeah, because
so
they'll just go back to the same problems that the Whisper had. Or pretty much people complaining that they work throughout the week, and then on the weekends they gotta work. Well, they gotta work throughout the weekend, so they don't have time for them to do the Whisper.
Yeah, it's just I think time gated stuff in general is just a stupid idea.
Actually, Waffle, I think I know what they're gonna do.
Yes, Lord.
What they're gonna do is when the curse week, not curse week, when the curse ends, every week is curse week.
That would make sense too.
I think that's what they're doing though, because that would make sense. Because then there would technically be no curse week because curse is over, right?
Yeah.
So every week it would just be there would be Shattered Throne there because it'd be open because the curse isn't there anymore.
And that would make sense. That would make sense too because they went out of their way to let everybody know that there wasn't going to be any time gated requirements for last word. So everybody's real concerned about that, and they went out of their way. No, there's nothing time gated about this at all. So it kind of seems like they're gonna start doing away with time gated stuff.
That would be smart on their part.
And it seems like narratively I forget exactly what happened when you went to see the Oracle this week, but it seems like
she left.
Well, yeah, she left last week, but your ghost said something like, screw you guys, screw you, we're not coming here anymore. But I think they also said something about the curse coming to an end or something like that. I forget exactly what it was, but yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I heard something about that, something like that, about how the curse is coming to an end.
Yeah, but we'll keep fighting or something like that.
The question is when? Is it going to be when Penumbra drops? The last
I think it's going to be
last season?
Joker's Wild.
I think Joker's Wild. Yeah, because that's 4 to 6 weeks away.
I think that's the end of the curse week is 2 weeks. No, not 2 weeks. Yeah,
Didn't Mittens post something on ban the weeks of the curse? I didn't look how far he had it, but I think he posted something on our ban app that shows you the schedule of the curse weeks, all the different weeks for the Shattered Throne, for the Ascended Challenge, and everything. So I don't know. I got to take a look at that. So
that's interesting.
And also Uric in the chat said something to the fact that the 15th wish also has to be uncovered. So that's another thing that's part of the triumphs that we're going to be looking to get.
If when somebody uncovers the 15th wish, that's the wish when you enter into the wishing wall, that gets rid of the curse. I think that's what he's trying to say, is that when you enter in the code, it ends the curse for everyone. But people are still trying to find the 15th wish, though. And so, but where would it be, though? Where would it be? Would it be on Like, would it be in Joker's Wild? Will it be in Penumbra?
Yep. Well, there's a lot of smart people out there, way smarter than me. They'll figure it out.
Were there any wishes that were discovered after Black Armory came out?
I thought the how was it called? Oh, the Gambit one was found right before Black Armory dropped, I think.
Okay,
so
I
Black
Armory
gotten that one.
So Black Armory hasn't released, or whatever you want to call it, any new wishes.
No.
I think 14 out of 15 are found already.
Right.
Yeah, it's just that last 15.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, it's interesting. It's very interesting that, you know, all of these things, that if it does come to fruition and we do have the Shattered Throne available, I think a lot of people would be very happy. They'll be able to get their Curse Breaker done. I'm stuck on the ship, as everybody knows, so is Gaul. We're pretty much doing Shattered Throne so many goddamn times. I wish you can farm it, at least get an opportunity if I could be in there all day doing it and get the ship. But it doesn't do that because you got to have 3 characters and you can only get it 3 times. So, but it would have been nice if they had something else somewhere else, or turn in the bounty or something, and you still have the RNG to get it somewhere else other than the Shattered Throne. It would have been very helpful. Like I said, I've been stuck on Cursebreaker now for probably a month and a half, 2 months stuck. So I have everything. I have the Ghost. I have the Sparrow. I just need that ship. So I'm a little salty on that.
I just started. I don't know why I'm late, but I actually started getting more into the whole Ascendant Challenge thing, and yeah, I know it's late, but better late than never, right?
You can find the Sparrow in the shell by doing activities in the Dreaming City. The Sparrow drops in the Blind Well, I think. And the shell, I think, is just RNG, like Ascendant challenges.
The shell, I get you know where I get the shell? Shiro-Chi. No, Shiro-Chi drops it.
No, but that's the raid one, Waffle, not the Dreaming City one.
Oh yeah, that's right. My bad. Yep, you're right. My bad. Yep, you're right.
I got mine from the story missions that Petra drops.
Yep.
So now again, this is just talk. We don't know. Activision is no longer a Bungie, so things are coming. So never know. These things might end up coming true, or we'll see.
Well, I have something I want to bring up, maybe a little bit towards the end of the show, because we're going to have a topic that we're going to discuss. Everybody's going to bring a topic to the table to discuss. This might run a little bit longer than what it normally does because we have Biscuit with us as a guest this week, and maybe he's going to be a mainstay if we can. But I have a topic, Icy, what's going to happen next. I want to discuss. So let's talk about Crimson Days. Let's move on to Crimson Days, and then at the end, we'll have the topic that everybody will want to bring up.
Yeah, before we go into Crimson Days, sorry, I'm gonna cut anybody off. Let's talk about something good that Bungie did. So now I know it took 8 months, but they actually sent out a care package for the people that cleared out the Whisper challenge. That did the Whisper. It's been 8 months since the Whisper came out. Yep, world's first. Gotcha. Even though they never said anything about it, but yeah, there was they sent out a care package to the people that completed it. The first people to complete it. It's pretty cool because it's a picture, them holding the Whisper, and it's signed by Bungie.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. It's pretty cool.
Well, that's awesome. Hey, those guys deserve it. Whoever does world first, I mean, I look at it on Raid Report, and dude, those people are phenomenal at the game. Those people that are world first, they're phenomenal. Whether it's Glad, whether it's Dado, whether it's Jigs, all those guys are phenomenal players. And I know most of them are YouTubers and stuff, but they're just phenomenal, and they deserve something more than an emblem or a ghost in my mind, but or a jacket that they got to pay for.
For real.
I'll send you the Twitter. I actually screenshot it. I'll send it to you guys in band. You'll see it. It looks pretty awesome.
Yep. Gall, Hirsch needs help with Shattered Throne next time around. We'll take him through. He needs to beat it, so we'll help him. See, that's what we do. Gall and myself and Webb will run people through the Shattered Throne and help them get through it because we're always in there. So yeah, Hirsch will help you with it.
Oh man,
So, yeah.
I need to get some gauze.
So now, also, did you guys hear about the D2 player that got banned?
No, what happened?
Well, he got all the seals, right? And he was able to get all of them except one, which was the PvP one, the Crucible one. So then they had so he had somebody do it for him. So when he had somebody do it for him, they checked up the stats. They checked the stats and everything. They're like, well, like when you first started, you wasn't this good, and then out of nowhere you got this good. And like, something doesn't make sense. So then they just like pretty much just went in there, and then he verified it. He's like, yeah, I had somebody do it for me, and just bam, banned.
Yeah, what happened is I read the story, and this is where I go all the other day. I looked up where I was in the triumphs. It's about the triumphs. What happened is the people that do the Bungie app, Ishtar, stuff like that. You know how like you gotta accept them so you could use the Ishtar app to get your equipment out of the vault and everything, and the vault app also. What happens is they do a tracking. And they track your triumphs. And this dude finished all his triumphs. So he was number one. And the hardest one is the Crucible one. Yeah, so pretty much he admitted, because they looked at his stats, his quick play and his competitive were off. So basically they caught him. They caught him because somebody was playing on his account. And they said, how's it that he's got better numbers in competitive, but in quick play, he doesn't have the same or close to the numbers that he has in competitive. So he finally admitted that he had somebody go on his account and do it for him. And basically the app that represents it banned him off of it. They took down his score. So I told Gall the other night, I looked up mine, I'm like 596 in triumphs in the world. So it's available. All you got to do is, I forgot the app was, I clicked on it and I looked because I saw it on Google article. So.
And I bet you he paid that person to do it too. I wonder how much he had paid.
Oh, he definitely did.
That shit must have been a pretty penny.
Yeah, people that get not forgotten are paying like $600 to have somebody.
$1,100.
Here's my question: if he got somebody to play on his account to get that triumph, why didn't the guy that he got to play on his account already have all the triumphs?
Because he didn't have the PvE stuff.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, okay.
Didn't have the love of the RNG.
Because he already got in everything though.
From PvE.
Yeah, he got everything except for the Crucible one, so he got a Crucible player to come in and do that. All right.
He pulled the waffles.
But even then, I don't know. It just seems kind of. I don't know. I don't know if I really think that he should have gotten banned for that, but whatever. I don't know. I don't really see the reasoning behind it, but what was it? His score was, I forget. Whatever.
All right, so moving on.
He was the first person to finish all his triumphs. So I guess he wasn't a PvP player, and he had somebody do it for him. Jumped on his account and did it for him. Yep. So they probably went into Crucible on comp and got the ones, because you can, even if myself, I can go in quick play and get some of those Crucible ones done. You know what I mean? So he probably told the person what he wanted to do, and that person did it for him. So.
Yeah.
Black
so moving on.
Join in.
Let's move on to our Crimson Days.
Crimson Days. I don't have a lover, so I got to pair up with you, Gall.
Hey, hey. Just in case you didn't know. Okay, you go to Hooters. You go to Hooters single, you get free wings.
Oh boy.
Heck yeah, there's a Hooters by
You would
my
know.
house.
You would know that, Icy.
Hey, hey.
The married man is gonna go to Hooters by himself on
Yeah.
Valentine's Day just to get free wings.
Hey, I'm just
Baby, I'm going to the store.
I'm just a widow trying to get some wings, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I said thanks for telling me I may be gone from my house for a few hours on Valentine's Day then.
Is anybody looking forward to this Crimson Days? Because I'm bringing this up because I read that a lot of what you couldn't get last year is going to be available. I wish they did that for the Dawning because I wanted that gift emote in the worst way. My son's got it, and I was stupid. I should have bought it. That was on me. But you're going to have the emote for the heart. I got that one. The exotic emote, but they're going to have majority of all of that again, but they threw in new ones. The bow and arrow one looks pretty sweet. I don't care. The small Cupid type of bow and arrow looks pretty sweet. Exotic emote. I'm looking to grind for that. But is anybody excited about it?
I am.
Gall. Yeah.
Of course, Gall is.
He knew that.
Them Crimson Doubles back.
Well, because it's like, actually, I've never done Crimson Doubles, actually.
Instead of cookies, we're getting hearts, guys.
And, actually, I'm like, the reason why I'm excited, though, is because I now have a chance to grind to get, Masterwork cores, Enhancement cores, and I can grind and grind and grind and to see how much I can save up in that week. That's what I'm excited for.
I'm not gonna lie. I got over 100K in Bright Dust, and it was because of last year's Crimson Days, because I deleted a lot of stuff. They had that knockout list. I went through that knockout list like 3 times. It just rotated for me, just grinding like crazy last year, and I got a ton of Bright Dust. I mean, if Bungie ever took my Bright Dust away from me, I would be a little bit upset about it, because I have a lot of it. So if you keep grinding, you're going to get a ton of Bright Dust. Even if you get everything that you want, you're just going to keep getting stuff over and over, and you're going to be able to delete it and get Bright Dust. So that was the main source for me last time of getting a ton of Bright Dust.
Yep. During Crimson Days, they're not greedy with their Bright Dust.
No. And that knockout list was probably the best thing that I think they brought to the game. With the whole Eververse thing that was going on last year, and you know, they had to do something, and that kind of like made everybody be quiet a little bit, complain about Eververse, because last year, especially when Osiris was going on, oh my God, it was just hell. Everybody, they wanted to blow up the tower just on the Eververse. So, which would have been cool if I'm in the tower watching just bombs come down like Valcor from SOS, just coming down to the tower just right on top of Tessa Eververse, and you just see it go, ah! You know what I mean? And she's gone. And everybody be standing there going like this with the clappy emote. You know?
Yo.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Is the Vow a kinetic legendary bow or is it an energy?
They said it was solar.
Solar?
Yeah.
I was about to say it looks just like arsenic. It looks just like arsenic bite, bro. Just like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
well, you gotta remember it's PvP.
That's why
Shax is gonna be the one that has the bounties and everything. So yeah, like I said, instead of Ava Levante with her cookies, and we go, you got to go to Shax. He's gonna have, I think, 5 bounties, 4 dailies and 1 weekly.
Awesome.
Yep. So. Yep. And then you can get more.
Giving us another solar bow, though.
Yeah, and also like I said, with the hearts instead of cookies, baking cookies, which was pretty funny. They're gonna have the hearts. So any activity that you do, like just say Crimson doubles, you're gonna get those hearts. And there's a list of what you can buy with those hearts that you can pretty much use those hearts to buy. Let me pull it up on the companion app, and I'll give you the whole breakdown.
Oh, I got it. Waffles, I got it.
Yeah, it was in this week's TWAB today. So
yeah.
The whole
I'm on it right now. So you get 7 confectionery hearts with every win and 5 for every loss. And each daily bounty will reward you 15 hearts, and the weekly duo, that bounty will give you 75. And that's, I think, could be pretty possible. Each confectionery cart cost is the Tierra Estrella Legendary Ghost is 25. The Underturd Exotic Sparrow is 50. The Val Legendary Barrow is 100. The Wardcliff Coil Ornament is 125. Flaunting Dance Legendary Emote is 150. Then you get a Warm-Hearted Gift Package at 15 hearts. And they said that the gift package has enhancement cores, weapons, mods, gears, resources, just all that stuff.
Yeah. Yep. And then they're bringing back from D1. As you know, I love when they bring back something from D1. Makes me happy. The chocolate Crimson Day shell. So they had 2 of them. They had the chocolate and they had the red one from D1. So they're bringing the chocolate back this time around. So look out for that chocolate ghost.
All right, Waffy, you want to give us that last topic?
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretty much, Biscuit, because you're a guest, we didn't have you get prepared for this. But we're going to talk about a topic that's on our minds and bring it to the table and just discuss it and have everybody's feedback of what they think about it. I heard speculation from someone at Bungie. I forgot who the person was. I don't have the exact person's name, but they tweeted the fact that they're looking to bring back D1 raid armor. And what D1 raid armor did was they pretty much had these ornaments that lit it up. If you went into Wrath of the Machine, you basically got the armor. They had an attachment that would make it light up. With Crota, with Vault of Glass, and with King's Fall. They looked amazing. I mean, when I go back and play D1, you guys see me. I'm in that armor. I mean, we're playing D1 raids this Saturday. It's Throwback Saturday, so we're going to be in D1 on Saturday. Not sure yet what time because we pretty much want to do the Witch challenge and see how long it's going to take us to get that done. But we're going to go into D1 raids. But dude, it's just amazing. If they could bring back Destiny like in D1, I'm all for it. All for it. Because what do? We grind for the loot. And if you give us loot that lights up, and like whether, I grinded that whole Solstice thing just to get freaking all my characters to light up, they have to bring that back. I mean, they have to bring it back. So, my thing is if you bring back the armor, how about the raids? D1 raids. Would you guys be in favor if they brought D1 raids back to Destiny 2? How do you guys feel about it?
Well, I'm in favor of it, but I mean, and my experience with D1 is limited, but there are a lot of things that are different, but just fundamentally with D1 and D2, like abilities and stuff. So then, with everything with how D2 plays, how well are the D1 raids gonna actually be if they do bring them back?
Yeah.
Well, it's a matter of like how hard are they gonna be though? There's the thing. It's not like are you gonna make it so people can access I'll give it so the people who have bought an annual pass can access it.
I'll give you an example. Because I played as a hunter. I go back to D1 and I'm playing and I'm asking, I can't dodge to automatically reload. Apparently that wasn't a thing in D1, correct?
Correct.
Yep. Right. So now that's something that you can do in D2. How is that gonna affect the raids and stuff? Can you put down rifts as a warlock in D1?
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game. Just like how we experienced with the going back into Callus and Argos with the Well, with Chaos Reach. I mean, with these new supers, it's a different ball game. I get where you're coming from. Yeah.
I think I'm not against it. I don't know how well everything is going to play.
Yeah.
That's the only concern or issue that I have.
The reason why I bring it up is because in D1 the last year, the Rise of Iron, they brought all the raids up to light level, which Christopher Barrett did a phenomenal job. I mean, a phenomenal job. When he brought back Vault of Glass, Crota, and King's Fall up to light level, and they had normal and hard mode, heroic mode, I think it was called, instead of prestige. That was the last year before Destiny 2 came out. So they finally got Destiny 1 fixed in a way that every night you can get on and you can do a raid, any one of the raids. You didn't feel like, all right, I'm not going to do Vault of Glass because I'm not getting any good drops. I mean, you had people come out of the woodwork, come back to Destiny because of that, because they can go back in there and get whatever new exotics they had in the raid. They brought back exotic raid weapons from the raid, and they brought the armor sets that lit up. I mean, it was the best thing they did for Destiny 1. I mean, the best thing. And if this game can do that when we're at that year when everything is speculative, where we don't know where the game is going, and we're looking forward to Destiny 3, I think that would be an awesome thing that they could do. Because I heard another rumor that they might bring the planets back, meaning the Cosmodrome, the Dreadnought. I know the Dreadnought is next on our list because when you watch that clip, that cinema clip, they show you passing Mars, which was Warmind. They see it passing the Reef, which is Forsaken. So now we're going back to the Dreadnought because you see Saturn with the Dreadnought in it, inside the ring. So you know the Dreadnought's coming back. So if this last year's coming and we're getting the old planets, then that might mean that the raids from D1 are coming back, and that would be a lot of fun.
What if you just make D3 the ultimate game? Have D1 and D2 stuff. Like have the pretty much D3, okay, is the ultimate game. It has all D1 stuff, has all D2 stuff, and then D3 becomes kind of like a World of Warcraft thing. I think that'd make a lot of people happy because that means you have the stuff from D1, you have all the exotics, you have all the weapons, you have all these exotics from D2, then you have more exotics from like D3, and I feel like because that's what they did with Super Smash Bros. They brought all the characters from Suke 64, Melee, Brawl, Smash 4, all the characters into one game, and I'm just saying to myself, why don't they just do that for D3? If they do that for D3, I feel like then a lot of things would be I think it would make a lot of people happy.
Gotcha. Well,
speaking of D3, just chime in here. One thing about that, they could also add, as I hear, they're going to start exploring more into to explore more about the darkness. How you could choose a light path or a dark path. That's something also I'm kind of looking forward to. Is being able to go light or dark. You can do dark, subclasses or light subclasses to go along with that. I think that's something that's going to really, broaden the spectrum too.
I would like for them to just bring out new raids. Like I get it. Like I love D1 raids, but I would like something new.
Well, listen. The only bad part of Activision leaving the split from Destiny is that I know Activision because I came from Call of Duty Black Ops, and they brought I used to play zombies, so they brought all the remastered maps into the games. Whether it was Black Ops 3, they brought back Origins from Black Ops 2. They remastered it. The Giant, which was Derice. They brought that back into Black Ops 3. They remastered it. So Activision's known to do that. So now that this split is happening, I'm just wondering if they will bring us a version of remastered Destiny. Like I said, bringing the planets back, bringing the Cosmodrome back, and bringing Venus back from D1. So I'm just curious if they'll do something like that, even though they're not in bed with Activision anymore.
Surely they will.
I hope so. Dude, it would make it. It'd be like reminiscent. I said it to you guys jokingly, and I believe this. D1 is like to me, it's like the first time I met a woman or a girl, and I fell in love with her because it was the first time. You know what I mean? I fell in love with Destiny 1, and Destiny 1 can't do no wrong. Even though, with all the problems, the issues that Destiny 1 had, I just I go back. I love the game. Love the sounds. Love the way you look. Just everything. It's because I fell in love. You know what I mean? I'm in love with that game, and like Gaul don't understand because he started on D2, so he doesn't know the affection, the affinity, because D2 was his first experience, with Destiny.
But us day one people understand that was our D1 day one. It was our first love.
Yep.
It's what started it all.
Yep. Exactly. What do you got, Icy? Or Gaul? What's the next one? What do you guys want to bring?
I actually kind of want to talk about the next season, actually. What do you guys think? Well, I was actually talking about this the other day. Pinnacle weapons. What do you guys would like for pinnacle weapons in Crucible, Gambit, Strikes? Do you think they should only have some pinnacle weapons? Do you think what pinnacle weapons should there be? What are you guys' thoughts on pinnacle weapons, and how do you think they should do them for next season?
They got to come up with a good scout rifle. They have to.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
This game needs a good scout rifle. No questions. They need a good scout rifle. I'm sorry. They fixed the scout rifles. Now they got to give us a good scout rifle.
And that's true. We've got good everything, but a scout rifle.
I think
Exactly.
actually Waffle.
Well, the Jade Rabbit was pretty good. I don't know. I like playing with the Jade Rabbit.
No, we're talking about pinnacle weapons. We're talking about legendary. Legendary.
Okay,
Yeah, something to grind for, like whether it's in Strikes or Crucible or Gambit. So like we got the breakneck Icy. So something like that. We need a scout. We need a good scout rifle in this game.
Speaking of pinnacle weapons, and I don't play Crucible all that much, so I don't know, but all would. Has anybody got the mountaintop?
Yeah.
How is that like? Is that something that people are actually grinding for and using a lot?
Turbo. I like it.
It's just.
What's that?
I didn't really grind for it. I just got it along the way in my Luna's Howl, to be honest with you. That's just what I did. And to be honest with you, it's not even that worth of a gun. Like, sure, it's cool. It shoots like a rocket launcher. I mean, it's like, it's not as consistent as it should be.
It's not Jotun, is what he's saying.
Yeah. Because
he's basically saying.
You guys were talking about those, and I was thinking about all the pinnacle weapons, and then I remembered that, and I was like, oh yeah, I even thought about that thing in like 2 or 3 months, and I just didn't know what happened to it because I haven't heard anything about it. No, I haven't heard anybody. I haven't heard anybody bitch about it, that everybody uses it in Crucible, or that it's too hard to get, or anything. So
nobody uses it.
Yeah.
Because it's garbage. Yeah. Well, it's not really garbage. It's just like very inconsistent gun. Very, very inconsistent. It's more inconsistent than Jotun. And Jotun is a pretty inconsistent gun in Crucible. I'm not gonna lie, it's very inconsistent. This weapon's even more inconsistent than that. Like you can like hit them and straight on the body. It does like 184 damage, doesn't kill them. Like, it's a very inconsistent gun in my opinion. But I feel like they should put the scout rifle in the Vanguard, actually, Waffle, not in Gambit or Crucible. Because they put in Gambit and Crucible, then people who don't make it accessible to everyone too, not just annual pass people. Make it so it's accessible to other people besides.
Yep. Yeah, I just feel like other than the Mida multi-tool, which Uric in the chat calls the Mida Turbo, give a scout rifle like what the broadsword has. You get a kill and it goes into that overdrive, the Desperado perk, and the onslaught perk on the breakneck. Do that for a scout rifle. You know what I mean? Everybody hates slow firing scout rifles, so give that Desperado onslaught perk, let it kick in and make it like Yorick says, Mida Turbo. You know, call it Mida Turbo or something, you know? That would be the catalyst. That would be the catalyst for the Mida if it was up to me. But that's just me.
And Houndish's video, actually, he talked about, when Before the Last Sword came out, this perk called High Noon. And I think that's what they're going to put in the Pinnacle Scout Rifle, something like that, where it's like it's like a better box breathing, except not really box breathing, it's like one for scout rifles. Like you ADS for a little bit of time, then it goes into overdrive. Instead of more damage, it gives you more RPM. Like make it like a 180 RPM, okay? Basic 180 RPM. You ADS about the same time as box breathing, then it goes into overdrive and shoots like at a 260 RPM. Make it full auto too. Then that would be your pinnacle weapon, right there.
That would be sweet. That would be sweet. I'm telling you. See, listen, game designer guys, we're game designers. We got ideas. All Bungie has to do is listen to us. All they got to do is listen. If you listen to us, we got ideas. You know, I mean, listen to us. You know, give us a scout rifle that's a pinnacle weapon. Now that you fixed it, you brought them up.
Not auto rifle.
You know,
I mean,
we have an auto rifle
give us
already.
A good auto exotic. That's what I want, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I'm sorry. Street business is.
I'm tired of hand cannon exotics. It's got to stop.
I mean, it's got to stop.
We're ready.
Okay.
I'd be happy if they just bring back the Genesis chain.
Yeah. Well, honestly, the Encore, blue Encore, the blue, that's the Genesene chain in a way with Rampage. The way it fires and everything. I was using it on PC. I was playing PC the other day, and I was leveling up my character, and that weapon is awesome. With the Rampage, it was void. It was an energy weapon. Really good. I mean, I used it in Crucible in the beginning when I think it was Pulse Rifle, auto rifle. I was using it. It was really good. I mean, I could be wrong, but, you know, you're right.
Wait, which weapon?
I think it was called the Encore. It's a blue one.
Encore. The Kuboid ARU?
No, that's the one that it was an energy auto. So I could be wrong. It might be not by BB Encore. It might be something else.
Refrain 23. I forgot the name.
So I don't know. I don't have it in front of me, Gall. So I'm not looking. So
that's a Galliard deal.
Yeah, but yeah, I would definitely go for that. The Genesee chain was an awesome weapon from D1.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. All the raid weapons were awesome. Even that scout rifle from Wrath of the Machine was really good. I didn't use it that much, but it was strong. It was definitely strong. And plus you had triple tap and on it, and you get one back in the mag. I mean, it was a really good scout rifle also from Wrath of the Machine and stuff.
I still gotta get my Outback Prime.
Yeah, your Outbreak Prime. Yep, exactly. And everything. But what do you got, Webb? Anything?
Mine was kind of ties into yours, man. I'd like to, you talk about bringing the raids. I'd like to just have the weapons, all the D1 weapons. I mean, there's so much stuff that, just to have my Touch of the Malice or even my Hawk Moon or my Zen Meteor, just, there's so many good guns that they left behind that, that we just were starting to get into, right when D2 come out. People like me who didn't really have a clan that could help them grind for, like I was just saying, my Outbreak Prime and stuff. I didn't really get to experience those weapons because, like I say, I didn't have a raid clan to run with. So, and even that, but other than those weapons, I mean, there's still so many good weapons that, were left behind that, you know, still don't get no love. I mean, yeah, they brought plenty of weapons from D1 to D2, but I mean, what was it? We had like over 100 exotics in D1. I mean, including weapons and armor. Is that right?
Yep.
I mean, I would just like them to be able just to tie all the weapons from. I mean, and you don't even have to bring the legendaries, but it'd be awesome to have my grasp of Malik back and stuff. But I would just be happy with the exotics. Just like someone who like Gaul who didn't really get into D1. It started at D2 could experience, what it was like to have the Hawk Moon or the Zen Meteor.
How about the exotic swords?
Or exactly, that's what I was about to say. The Dark Drinker, because that's one thing D2 is lacking is an exotic sword that's that good. Yeah, the Black Talon and all that's fun, and the World Line Zero, but they're nothing like your Dark Drinker. My Dark Drinker was, I mean, it was the meta for D1. I mean, that was my exotic that I used. It didn't matter what I was doing. PvP. Yeah, like you say, your Whisper sleeps under your pillow. I was cuddled up with my Dark Drinker. I mean, it was under the pillow, on the pillow beside me. I mean, it went where I went. And it was able to be used for anything. When I raided, when I patrolled, when I did story missions, when I did PvP, it didn't matter, dude. That was, my Dark Drinker was it. But like I say, the D2 swords just leaves something to be, leaves me wanting more after I use them. I'm like, really, this is all this can do? This Tesseract perk where I could take off running and teleport 5 feet. I mean, where's my power hit that, like my Dark Drinker, I can spin around and kill everything, or do just ungodly damage. So that's kind of how I feel about it.
Or the uppercut with the raised lighter, and when hit something, when you hit something, it went woof, not hing.
Yeah.
Like, you serious?
Set it off.
Whoever did D2 sounds for a sword should be fired. Fired. Yeah. That swords sound horrible. I mean, I could go outside and bang on an aluminum garbage can to make that sound. And you know what I mean? Like, seriously? Wait, what happened to that guy in D1? Bring him back. Hire that guy back. Mm-hmm. Who did the Dark Drinker and the freaking Boltcaster and the Raised Lighter. Bring that dude back. And give him a raise. You know what I mean? Those were amazing weapons. Amazing. And the quests for them were amazing.
Awesome.
Yep. Yeah. That's... you gotta love it. You gotta love it. And everything. They have the roadmap to make things better. And, we always talk about it 2 steps back. But just hoping that, these next things without Activision makes things better. Like Bungie could do what they want to do, you know what I mean, without worrying about the publisher time frame and stuff like that. I always said that, my true feeling about D1, I would have paid $8 to $10 a month to keep the game going. Like what they did with World of Warcraft in the beginning or something. You pay a monthly subscription, and it adds content and it keeps it going. The light level goes up and everything like that. I know they're doing this with the annual pass and everything, and that's like almost like the concept a little bit because you're paying it for the year. But if you said to me, if yesterday they said, hey, we're going back to D1, and you guys can pay, $8 a month or $10 a month to get updated content, or whatever, to play D1, and we're bringing everything back, and we're making more raids and everything like that. I would be on it. I'd be on it in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
Heartbeat, because this is my hobby. You know what I mean? I don't mind spending money on my hobby. I can go like I joke around with you guys. I can go to a bar and spend what I spend on this. This gives me enjoyment. You know what I mean? I'm meeting you guys and sharing what we share as a clan and everything, and the way our clan is. This is what makes me get on every night, is what goes on here with us, talking, the conversations, the camaraderie, and stuff like that. And Destiny brought that. I mean, you know, it did. I mean, playing online is like a godsend. Who wants to play a goddamn video game by yourself? I'm sorry. I just don't see how people play video games by themselves.